Hi again, YouTubers. So this is a review that's been requested by quite a few people, and it is for the Chanel Loose Powder, and it is called Powder Universal Natural Finishing Loose Powder. I have it in the color 30 Natural Translucent 2. It's a lot to say. It is a fairly good sized container. It's fairly large. If you look at it in comparison to like a Laura Mercier powder as an example, big difference. So just to give you a little bit of an idea of the differences in size, let's see here. This one is a full ounce, the Chanel. And Laura Mercier as an example is point, I think it says 3.5. Might be a 3.4. 3.4, I think. So to give you a little bit of information about this, is I decided to give this a try because Kristen here on YouTube uses it a lot. Pixie Woos use it a lot, and I was just kind of curious about it. How it comes in a really nice container with a puff to it. It is, I will say, a little bit messy. It has the holes in the top, and it comes through, and it comes out on the puff. I kind of wish it had a twist top so you could determine how much is coming out and kind of shake out what you want. The only thing stopping the powder from coming out when you set it on its side or move it around is the puff. And you can see how much is on the puff right there because it's sitting on top of this. I'll put a little bit on my hand to give you an idea of, like, it really, oops. It's really light right there. You can see a little bit of a powder tint on my hand, not much. It's very light. It's very, very smooth. Probably one of the smoothest powders short of like the silica powders that I've really felt. It has a very nice light feel to it. It isn't too heavy. It isn't oily. Not that a powder should be oily, but you know how after you put some powders on, you have that kind of like just feeling on your skin, like it just isn't settling in properly. This settles in. You need very, very little of it. How I tend to use it is I actually take the puff, I tap it off, and then I tap it off in the top. And look, you can see how much came off of the puff. I then, before I'm done all of my makeup, I take the puff and I roll it kind of and tap it onto my forehead, down my nose, and just under my eyes a very little bit. And again, I'm just patting this on. I'm not like rubbing it around. You don't want to, oops, try and tap off what's now in the cap onto the sifter. And then I tend to, afterwards, just take a fluffy brush. Oops, that's what I've been using. It's dirty right now. I've been using, this is a synthetic brush from Sigma, the large powder F30. And I just kind of run it very, very loosely over my face. And that's just to get anything off that's setting on top of my skin. You can see that I've used it. It has some color on it. But I just kind of do that to get any of that additional like particles that are left on my face so it doesn't leave any type of powdery look to your skin. Now, because it's honestly probably one of the most finely milled powders I've used. I've tried a lot of different powders. I tend to personally gravitate more towards compact powders just because they're easier to grab, easier to travel with. Like this, you don't have to worry about how much is coming out of the sifter, things like that. But for a powder, this is a really, really nice powder. Now, it's definitely much more expensive than powders normally are that are just like in a little compact type of item. But this is going to last you a really, really long time. Like, let me get an idea of what's in a normal compact. 0.35. So about the same as Laura Mercier. But this is going to last you a really long time. And like I said, you don't need much of it. Now, it is not a tinted powder, really. It has a slight color to it. Like, I think there's number 10, 20, 30, 40, and maybe up to 50. but they're not pigmented. It's not like you could use them on your own like you could the Laura Mercier. The Laura Mercier is a mineral powder, which can also double as a foundation. This cannot do that. This is strictly a setting powder. It is just there to help your foundation look flawless, to help set it into your skin, and to help it stay throughout the day. So if you are looking for an item that is a powder, if you like your okay, let me rephrase it this way. If you like your foundation, if you like the color of your foundation, if it's a good match to your foundation, and if you like the overall look of your foundation, but you just want that little bit of extra something to kind of take the oil away and to help set your foundation in your more oily areas like I was on my T-zone, this is a great item for that because it doesn't add any additional color. The problem with so many powders out there, MAC MSF Natural, you know, Origins, I used to use their mineral powder, Laura Mercier's mineral powder, Laura Geller's mineral powder. All these different powders, the problem with them is they tend to have a color to them. So after you put your foundation on, you're adding even more color to your skin. Now, there's times when you want that and you need that. But this is more along the lines of something similar to like your MAC Prep and Prime powder or your, what is it, Makeup Forever HD powder. I think that's all it's called. e.l.f. has another one, but this is more along those lines. It's truly just a setting powder. This, to me, does not leave that same like cast I tend to feel on my skin as with the MAC and the Makeup Forever. This just has a really nice finish to it. It has lasted all day. I'm taping this video at the end of the day. What you saw in the beginning and versus after I just put a little bit more on is what it is. It works very well. I used it in the morning and then you just saw me apply it again now. But I really think even though it is a higher cost item, the size of this item and the way it will last you because it requires such little product to get the results you want, this is a great buy. And not a great buy. That's not the right word because it's not like a great costing buy. It's not like you're getting a great, you know, thing for your, well, you're getting a great thing for your money, but you're not getting like cost effective something. It's not like a steal. I do love that they do the white again on the top. For a while there, they were doing gold on the bronze universals, and I wasn't a fan of that. But it's beautiful packaging, but it sucks for travel, so keep that in mind. If this is your only form of powder, that's going to be a problem probably because A, it's huge, B, it's a pain in the butt to travel. I mean, look at the difference in the size of a compact to this. So just to give you a little bit of an idea on those. I hope you found this review helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions on this item here. Again, it can be purchased Nordstrom, Saks, Neiman Marcus, some Macy's, Carrie Chanel, and you can always buy it online. Sephora does not carry Chanel. So I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I will post a link on my blog with the pricing and just like Nordstrom's or somewhere where you can find it. So I hope you found that helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.